What's up, guys? Welcome back to Kitchen Court Cases, where we watch court in my kitchen. And today, another one of my favorite, Judge Webster in Texas. And he shows both sides of his coin today, I would say. He don't care, but he also really likes some of the answers that he hears.
Cause number
I hope you guys
62935.
enjoy.
This is in the 88th District Court of Hardin County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Emma Elizabeth Hall. Miss Rebecca Kern, would you raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air?
Yes, sir, it is.
Rebecca Kern, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Ms. Brownzito, do you have any other witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor, I do have,
Kim Shaw, please raise your right hand.
Ms. Shaw.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. The court's going to find that Mr. Kurt Wayne Hall was personally served a citation in this case in Brazoria County, Texas. It looks like he was served on April the 3rd of 2023. The check of my file proves that he has not filed an answer nor otherwise made an appearance in this case. Let's see if he got notice of the hearing. Ms. Brownzito, the notice that you sent to Mr. Hall does not match the service where you having him served. Why did you send it to a different address?
It was sent to 7599, the same address that he was served at.
Oh, ma'am.
I guess they did not see that he was actually served at a different address, Your Honor.
Oh, I see. I see what happened here. Mr. Hall agreed to meet the officer someplace. Okay,
Oh, okay.
you can go forward.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, I would call Ms. Kern. Will you please state your name?
Rebecca Marie Kern.
And we are here today to talk about your daughter, Emma. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Does she live with you?
Yes.
Do you live in Hardin County?
Yes.
And who is her father?
Kurt Wayne Hall.
And at the time of Emma's birth, did you and Mr. Hall sign paperwork saying that she was that he was her father?
Yes, we did.
Your Honor, at this time, I would offer the acknowledgement of paternity as Exhibit A.
Ms. Kern, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged acknowledgement of paternity for the child, Emma Elizabeth Hall. Is it okay if I look at this acknowledgement?
Yes, sir.
States Exhibit A is admitted into evidence.
How old is Emma?
14.
And does she visit with her dad?
No.
When was the last time she saw her dad?
Probably when she was around 2.
And in the last 4 years, have you and Mr. Hall been living together at any time?
No.
Has he given you any support for Emma during the last 4 years?
No.
Are you requesting back child support?
Yes.
Are you, you understand that there will be some sort of visitation set up?
Yes.
Okay. Does she want to see her dad?
I don't care, Ms. Brownzito.
Okay.
A 14-year-old child, Ms. Brownzito, should never elicit from the court what it is they're going to do. The parents make that decision.
And Ms. Kern, are you wanting your daughter to get to know her dad?
Well, I had said that from the beginning, ever since we had split up, but he just never cared to.
What kind of insurance do you have on Emma?
I only have dental and vision at the moment. I currently can't afford the health.
So you have the dental through your work?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how much it costs for you to have Emma on dental?
I know how much it is for the plan of myself and her.
Okay, and how much is that?
They take out $15.82 a week.
And do you know how much it would cost for you to add Emma to your your health?
I want to say it was around maybe $120, $100 a weekly.
Do you think it's 100 or you think it's 120 a week?
I want to say 120.
Have you investigated whether you would qualify for CHIPS or some sort of government assisted health insurance?
I had, well, no, ma'am, no.
Do you know if Mr. Hall has any other minor children?
Yes, he does.
And how many?
2.
Okay.
He has 2 older as well that he had been required to pay child support on, but I know they've since graduated.
Okay, so he's just got the 2?
The 2 younger ones, yes.
The 2 and then Emma, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I would pass this witness.
Call your next witness.
I will call Ms. Shaw. Would you please state your name?
Kim Shaw.
And where do you work?
I work for the Office of the Attorney General,
How long have you been there?
29 years.
And what is your capacity at this time?
I'm a financial specialist.
In that job, have you had occasion to review the wages of our customers?
I have.
And did you do so in this case with Mr. Hall?
I did.
What did you learn?
I learned that for the last 4 quarters, as reported to another government entity, he has earned $59,992.41. or $4,999.36 monthly gross.
And did you look into anything about past that? Do we have wages past that for back child support?
I do. I have through another employer in 2021. He earned, one second. $91,081.34 in 2021, or $7,590.11 monthly gross.
Past 2021, do we have any wages?
I have nothing prior to 2021. Earliest is 2011.
Okay. And so between there, he appeared to be either working for someone that we don't have wages for or unemployed?
Correct. And there were no unemployment benefits during that time frame.
Okay. Your Honor, I would pass this witness.
Call your next witness.
I have no further witnesses, Your Honor.
Ms. Shaw, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
That year in 2021, how much did you say his gross was?
$91,081.34.
And the monthly was?
$7,590.11.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Ms. Kern, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Kern, I got to set up some visitation for Mr. Hall. He hasn't had any contact with this child in a really, really long time. So she's old enough now that if she's got some concern about what happens when she's visiting with him, she'll be able to tell you. But I do have to set up something on paper for him to have visitation, even though he's probably never going to exercise it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that it be in Emma's best interest if I said, hey, Mr. Hall, you can have weekend visits with your daughter, even though he hadn't seen her in 12 years? I mean, would you be okay with Emma having weekend visits with Mr. Hall?
I would be, but is there a way to set up, even if he were to, supervised visitation?
See, I like the way you think, Ms. Kern, because that's exactly how I was thinking. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Kern, is there anything else you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir, not that I can think of.
All right, the court's going to find the court's jurisdiction. The court's going to find, based on the testimony of Ms. Kern and Ms. Shaw, it is not in Emma's best interest to name the parties as joint managed conservators. Ms. Kern is going to be the sole managed conservator in this case. Mr. Hall will be a possessory conservator. I'm going to give him visitation at any and all times mutually agreed to by the parties. If no mutual agreement, then Mr. Hall is going to have a phased-in visitation schedule with 12 visits at each phase. That'll be 12 supervised visits for 4 hours, followed by 12 unsupervised visits for 4 hours, followed by 12 unsupervised visits for the day, followed by 12 unsupervised visits with 1 night overnight. Once Mr. Hall has completed those 48 visits, then he can have standard possession. The medical in this case is really tough. Ms. Kern, the insurance that you have through your employer is kind of expensive, right?
Yes, sir.
And I have some problem with ordering you to have the health insurance through your employer, because if Mr. Hall doesn't pay the money that I'm going to suggest, then you're going to be out even more money. You understand?
Yes, sir.
But Emma has to have health insurance. She either has to have it through you or through the government. Okay?
Okay.
Do you no longer qualify for Medicaid?
I have not applied for Medicaid.
All right. I'm going to order you to do so, okay?
Yes, sir.
You may not qualify, Ms. Kern, but if you don't, then that's just the way it goes. But this way, at least this way, I know that we're taking every opportunity we can to get Emma covered for health insurance, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to order the child to be covered through a government or some other source. Ms. Kern did say that she has dental insurance on the child. I'll maintain that. Be careful, Ms. Brown-Zito. This is very specific. Ms. Kern is ordered to maintain the dental insurance on the child. Mr. Hall is going to pay child support and medical support based on the wage information that Ms. Shaw was kind enough to provide. And this is the numbers that I came up with. Mr. Hall's child support in this case is going to be $640 a month, plus an additional $125 per month in cash medical, plus an additional $25 a month in dental. That is actually the maximum allowable that I'm allowed under the law for the 9% with 2 other dependents. The state has asked for retroactive child support. That's granted $19,200 in retroactive child support. That'll be paid back at a rate of $200. All payments beginning July the 1st of 2023. Court costs in this case, December 31st of 2023. Ms. Brown-Zito.
December 31st.
December 31st.
Thank you.
Ms. Brown-Zito, that's 640 in child support, 125 in medical, 25 in dental, $19,200 in retro to be paid back at a rate of $200 a month, all payments beginning July 1st. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Miss Kern, they're gonna send me an order as long as it matches what I said here today. I'm gonna sign it, get it back to them. They're gonna make a copy of it and send it to you and Mr. Hall, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, we ain't done anything yet, Miss Kern. The paperwork's the easy part. The collection is the hard part.
Well, it's been, yeah, she's 14 now, so
Yeah, anything you can get between now and the time she graduates is a good thing, right?
yes, sir.
Well, guys, what did you think of that? I cut a bunch of dead air out of there for you. There was a lot of time spent looking for documents and things. That child support amount was a lot, $19,200 in retroactive child support. But as usual, I think the judge got it right. Love to hear what you think down below. Please leave a comment, subscribe. Don't be a dick. Give that like a click. Talk to you soon. Bye.